Chronicle 2, The Shattered Alliance. For 25 years, the world was defined by distance. The oceans were a barrier, a cold blue void that kept the tribes in their places. But in this quarter century, the silence of the sea was broken. The Shrum were the first to find their voice. They didn't just build a boat, they built a bridge to the unknown. We see their first vessel, a scouting craft, creeping south toward the mountains of the Family Guys. What was said in those first meetings? Was it a greeting or a warning? We don't know. But we do know that soon after, a larger shadow appeared on the water. A second Shrum ship, a titan of the waves, crossed the entire known world to the desolate southern peninsula of the Frenchies to found the village of Albadrixes. The Shrum aren't just neighbors anymore. They are an empire in motion. The baptism of fire. While the Shrum played the role of world travelers, the inner world was shifting. Biscuit Town, under the watchful eye of King Butter, began a desperate push eastward. But nature has a way of balancing the books. In the year 38, a catastrophic fire swept through the streets of Biscuit Town, a literal baptism by fire that nearly ended the dream before it began. They survived, only for the flames to jump the straits. A year later, the Family Guys in the south faced their own inferno. Yet, look at the resilience of the mountain folk. Even as they fought the blaze, they founded Injadribik in the year 38 and pushed further south, claiming more of the world for the hearth and the hammer. By year 43, they too had found the sea, launching their first hull into the surf. In the east, Irisolar was playing a different game. They watched the Shrum ships bypass their shores for decades. They waited. In the year 40, they finally put wood to water, but they didn't sail for conquest. They sailed for connection. We see the birth of the Heart of Air Alliance, a desperate attempt to wrap the world in a web of treaties. They traded with the Shrum, exchanged goods and promises, and for a moment it looked as though the world might stabilize. Even as the Middle Islands were lost to the encroaching tides of the crab hordes, and the Frenchies remained huddled in their stagnant northern corner, the world seemed to be maturing. Then came the year 45, the transition. The world entered the Age of Wonders, and the heavens themselves seemed to lose their patience. Reports from the oracles speak of two legendary beasts, whispered to have finally emerged from myth into reality. But it was followed by the hammer. Year 48 and 49 saw the earth literally shuddering under the impact of meteorites. The gods weren't just watching, they were intervening, and under the pressure of these celestial strikes, the Heart of Air finally broke. As we hit the year 50, the diplomacy has ended. Irisolar, the architects of peace, are now locked in a total war with the Shrum. The age of exploration is over, the Age of Wonders has begun, and the first thing it has brought is blood. The world we see now is not the world we began with. 25 years have blurred into a kaleidoscope of shifting borders, charred timber, and white sails. But history isn't lived in fast forward, it is lived in the mud, in the tension of a drawn bowstring, and in the quiet desperation of a king watching his legacy catch fire. As we bring the great clock to a halt, the world of year 50 stands at a precipice. The Heart of Air has shattered. The Shrum and Irisolar are no longer trading partners, they are combatants in a struggle that will define the next generation. We are zooming in now, past the clouds of the Age of Wonders, down into the streets and the barracks. Let's look at the survivors. Let's see what these souls have done with the miracles they were given. The time lapse ends here. The war begins now.